so happy you are a new visitor to our YouTube website. And did you know that most of the people that come to my YouTube website are not subscribers? And I thank you for all the subscribers. And I want you to look at a couple of videos and comment and make some suggestions on our YouTube website. And not only that, I want you to watch, like, share, and comment on this YouTube website. Thank you from United States, Chicago, Illinois. Thank you.
If you don't believe in conspiracy, then you shouldn't be looking at the Underground Railroad. The New World Order, moon posting a flag and playing golf.
All aboard, come on up Clifton, and beat the drums.
You are. Put me up. Okay. You're looking at the Underground Railroad, and we come on every Saturday night at 10:30, but we come on YouTube. And I got David Koss coming on, and I am looking forward to it. And hey, what are we gonna talk about? It's like what you said, like what's in the description. We're gonna talk about the news. What is going on in the news? Not from other concept, the other country, from the United States of America. We're gonna talk about Miss Griner, who just got out of the goulash in jail. And they released Mr. Victor, a merchant of death. We're going to talk about Deion Sanders, and we're going to talk about the train strike and Herschel Walker. Okay, he lost in Atlanta. We're going to talk about that, and Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and also smuggling. Some people are smuggling people into the United States. We have all these sanctuary cities, and we're going to talk about China. China has a crackdown right now because there are people protesting because they feel that the COVID rules imposed by their president is too tough. And we're going to talk about the trains, and we're going to talk about Twitter, and also who knows what else we're going to talk about. But I'd like for you to join on in and then join us. You know what? These are the subject matters that we are going to be talking about. And waiting on my guest to come in, David Koss from out of California. You know, is that him? No, that's not him. I'm waiting on him to come in. So, what happened today? This was big. This was big in the news. It was big. Miss Griner, who is a WNBA player. She plays for the Women's League in the United States of America. But what happened is she went to Russia. I think she played for them over time off. She had time off. You know, athletes don't play all year round, and it's a women's league. Everybody has time off. And what happens is that she was leaving. That she was leaving Russia. She was leaving. I don't know if it was Moscow. That she was leaving Russia. There was a canister of vapor that has something to do with cannabis. Okay, and what happened is, what was ironic about the whole thing is that she got arrested. She got arrested. Okay, she did get arrested, but the thing is, Russia and a lot of other countries are not too tolerant of people taking drugs, trying to smuggle drugs. Who knows? That may be just for the elite in Russia. I don't know. I don't know about Russia too much. I don't know what their bylaws are and all that. But what happened is they saw the canister out of liquid that was in a spray. And they said, you know what? We're going to detain her. We're going to detain her. And what happened is they detained her. And then, and it goes to prove in Russia, what happens is you still get a hearing. But you know what? I think that it was a kangaroo court. Kangaroo court means no matter what happened, she was going to lose. Even if she had Perry Mason or Johnny Cochran as her lawyer, she still would have lost. Okay? And what happened is she went to court. She went to court, and what happened is she lost. She lost. She got 9 years. She was in. That's how much. That's how many years Miss Bynum she got sentenced in jail. She got 9 years. I mean, that's a lot of time to be in jail. Okay, so here it is. People in the United States say, "Oh, it's so bad. Why are you locking her up for cannabis canister of spray that she sprays in her mouth or whatever?" And the thing is, when you go to somebody else's country, you have to follow the law. It's something that you do have to do. You have to follow the law. And, but I think it was a bit harsh, my own self. But the pretext is that what they really wanted to do is they wanted to get Mr. Victor out of jail, who had the nickname of the Merchant of Death. Okay, and they said, what we're going to do is we're going to hold Mr. Putin, who was the president of Russia, said, you know what we're going to do is we're going to hold her in jail. Okay, and what happens is the longer that we hold her in jail, the more people will protest because she has status in the United States of America. I mean, Stephen Curry of the what's the name? The Golden State Warriors came out and said that it was wrong. Dennis Rodman came out publicly and said that it was wrong. LeBron James, the basketball player for the Lakers, came out and said that it was just wrong. It was wrong to hold somebody in jail like that for cannabis. But you have to take into accountability. When you go to somebody else's country, you are a guest. Okay. But I think it was extreme to a certain degree. It was extreme. And what they said was, we're going to hold her and we're going to put enough pressure. There's going to be so much public sentiment towards Miss Brittany. Well, you know what? We will be able to get our guy out of prison, Mr. Victor. I think his name is Blunt. We will be able to get him out of jail. And people that don't know who Victor is, who he is he was an arms dealer that he's a mercenary, and he supplied arms to a whole lot of people, And this is what happened. You know, that is what happened. And I feel so sad that she put herself in a situation like that, because like I said, when you living in somebody else's country, you have to follow their rules, you have to follow their regulations. That's something that you do have to do. And so think even Michael Jordan. You know, a lot of people wear Jordans. Even Michael Jordan came out, and I think it's possibly that he came out and said it was wrong to hold Britney in jail for that long. That's what I believe. And it's interesting. It was an interesting story. But she got released. But there was a deal attached. You know, there was a prisoner swap. And they said, you get her back only if you send our guy back. And you know what? And U.S. President Joe Biden, what he did was he capitulated. He gave in, which I think was the right thing to do, in my opinion. So if you are interested, please give us a call at 312-884-9757. If you want to leave something in the chat room, okay, that's fine. But that's what happened, and it was let me give what I'm gonna play a little music because that's what I think I'm gonna do. Okay. And what happened is, I think that it was not fair. It was unjust, and she was free. And it's just all over the news. It's all over the news. It was, what I think that there are a group of people that says that when you go in another country, you have to follow their rules and their regulations. But I think that sometimes there should be some type of exceptions to the rules. What do you think? Do you think they were too hard on Brittany Griner, of the Phoenix Mercury basketball team in the United States of America? You think they were too hard on her? Was she wrong? But she did admit that she did. She originally said, "You know what, made a mistake." Originally, she said, "I didn't do it. They planted it on," but she recanted. And I don't know if she did when she did recant. I don't know if she truly meant it. But publicly, she came out later on and said, "You know what? I made a mistake." So, was it worth it, in your opinion, to let Miss Brittany Griner out of jail, out of the Russian goulash, a jail for the merchant of death, Mr. Victor? Was it wrong? You know, and it's interesting. It was an interesting story, and one big, big, big story talking about Miss Griner. She said she's back in the United States right now, and they show all type of video with her, and they showed video of the person that she was. It was exchange of persons. They showed him going home too, and I know her wife is happy to help her back home. Her wife is happy to help her back home. So you know what? We have loved ones. And then the other thing, this was all in the news. You know what? I really, really would like to know what people think about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, man, people don't know who Deion Sanders is. Deion Sanders, he was he is a superstar when it came to baseball. Played for the Atlanta Braves, not the New York Yankees, and he played football. And you know what he had? A lot of people said because he had aspirations of wanting to be a coach. He had aspirations of wanting to be a coach. So the thing is, Deion Sanders has a personality, but I don't think that he could be assistant coach because you ever meet these people that had they were alpha males and they had a personality, whereas that's just something they would not do because I think that I'm not gonna say that it's beneath them. You know what? I don't think they think that. If you're an alpha male, you really don't want to under somebody else's tutelage. You really don't want to. So what happened is Jackson State, they offered them a job. That is HBCU. That is a historical black college. And what he did, I think what Deion Sanders did, he was very positive. He's a very positive. He's a very strong-minded person, and you know what? And he shined a lot of light on HBCUs, black colleges that would not have been shined under normal circumstances. And I commend him for that. Some people say that he's a sellout. And I don't happen to believe that Deion Sanders is a sellout for leaving Jackson State. Look at everything that Deion Sanders did for Jackson State. Okay, and look what he did for historically black colleges in the United States of America. He shined a whole lot of light on these colleges. That's something that he did that would not. I cannot even remember a year where I talked about black colleges like that. I didn't. And he was so devoted to what he did, he gave the salary at Jackson State University, he gave a portion of it back to the college. I think he got paid $300,000. He paid a portion of it and he gave it back. That's something that he did towards the facility and towards making the facility at Jackson State better. And you know what? And what else did he do? He made sure, he's probably one of few teams, he made sure that the football players, the college football players, that they had new uniforms every single game. Every game. And you know what? That's and shoes. And he made a deal with Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan is someone that comes on ABC News in the morning. Okay, he's an ex-football player that played for the New York Giants. And he has clothes on. And like I said, he made sure that, and he got all type of endorsement deals. So I don't, you know what? People like Stephen A. Stephen A. is an announcer. He says something about that. I don't think that he should have made that move. I think that he should have waited, but I believe that he's going to be successful at what he does. That's what he said. Other people. But I don't see Deion Sanders. I don't see him as a sellout. I don't see that. I just don't. I don't see that. Because what happened is Deion Sanders was given an opportunity at Colorado State to move forward. That's like you have a job, okay? And you're making like 25, 30, 50, 15,000, and somebody comes to offer you $100,000 and with all type of perks. Okay, why? Why that at the days of Eddie Robinson, that's other coach. There used to be HBCUs. He never left and went to another college outside of black colleges. But I think that Deion, what he did is he brought black college football. He brought it to another level. He got more recognition for it. But that's not to take away anything from the other people that whose shoulders he's on. And him going to Colorado is in the Pac-12, okay? And you know what? They walked through the facility. They gave him an opportunity, but I will say that Colorado, they were not classified as a elite team, but they gave him opportunity. You know, they gave him an opportunity. But for people out there saying that he is a sellout, I don't believe that. I just don't. You know what? I see him as a positive person. I think that the program at Colorado, I believe that it's going to flourish, but I also believe that it's going to take time. It's going to take time to bring them up to the level and to meet the expectations of what the fans and what he thinks it should be, you know. But I salute Deion Sanders. You know what? Deion Sanders did a great job at Jackson State. And I feel that he will do a great job at Colorado. Hell, I never even heard of the Colorado team. You know what? College football, the only reason I don't really follow college football because you know what? It's so many teams. And you know what? I would say if I had an older model, but I would be following college, but the thing is, I'm somebody that graduated from trade school, which I'm proud of. And I went to trade school and have college, some college. But the thing is, I believe that if I would have graduated from a major university like Grambling, a Tuskegee, or something, Alabama, or something like that, out of Buckeyes, I would be following college football closely. Who knows? If I went to college, I'd be making way more money than what I had. Oh, okay. You love college football. Let me put you up there, Kevin. You love college football. College football. I love college football a little bit more than the pros and always have. I just stick with the Big Ten. That's about my favorite. You know what, Kevin? The reason, and the other people that are listening out here, the only reason that I don't really follow college ball, but I am going to follow it this year, is because of Deion Sanders and the impact that he made at Jackson State and him going to Colorado. Who knows? I might give me a Colorado t-shirt. What about you, Kevin? Are you gonna follow the Pac-12 now? Since Deion is there, do you consider Deion to be a sellout because he left Jackson State, which he said he would leave if he's given a better opportunity, and you consider him a sellout because I don't consider him a sellout. But what do you think? What do you think? And who is your favorite team anyway in the Big Ten? Who is your favorite team, Kevin? Who? And the Big Ten, cool, man. You know what? The Big Ten, I got to say something. I'm oblivious to. I had somebody on a couple of days ago talking about football. He was an expert in football, Minister Ben Willis. And he just broke down. We did a show on Deion Sanders and his move. And you know what? Kudos to him. Kudos. He brought a lot of attention. To and Kevin, who do you follow in the Big Ten? Who do you follow and why? Let me put it on up here in the chat room. Who do you follow, man? Who do you follow? Okay. I probably will follow the Pac-12. You got a son in Colorado? Oh, wow. And now Deion is there, and I don't think that he is a sellout. Oh, your son is at Colorado. Oh, man, congratulations. Congratulations. Everybody can't say that their son went to college. You know what? That's a major milestone for a whole lot of people. But you say you probably gonna follow the Pac-12. I'm gonna say this: I am gonna follow the Pac-12. And you know what? What's funny is I never really too much looked at college football too much, but I guess you could say that I'm following it because of Deion Sanders. But I like you don't believe that he's a sellout. I don't believe that he did an injustice. I don't believe that he did an injustice to Jackson State. I don't believe that. Okay, Illinois win or lose with the home team in Michigan, Iowa, and Ohio. Okay. I'm gonna see what college ball is all about this year. And cause you know what? When we talk about football, I've always liked the pros, always. But I think that Colorado, but I will say one thing that it is good that these young players, now some of these young players can get a commission, get an endorsement deal, and you know what? Millions of dollars went to these universities. Millions. Now the players get to make, you know what? The football players get to make some money. You know? And I think I like that. I like that. I think it's about time. Only thing I can say about that is about the gambling. I just hope the gambling never influences a college football game. I hope that it never does. It reminds because it could. I remember in baseball, which is a different game, with Pete Rose, who was the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. He bet on his own team, and you know what? And he was banned from football for that. I remember that. And I hope that it never gets to a point, since gambling is just legal all over the United States of America now. You can bet on these football teams, not just in Vegas. I hope that the gamblers and the gangsters don't have some type of influence over the game player, and they get them in a compromising situation where it's, hey, you know what, they set them up with some ladies, and they got video recorders, and they record the ladies. And then down in Vegas, you can bet on anything. And they tell the quarterback, you know what, on the first throw an interception. Okay. First throw, run, fall. And because you can bet on all type of things in Vegas. And see, the thing is, if they get you in an uncompromising situation when you out somewhere and you get to drinking, but you shouldn't be drinking, and one pretty little lady comes up to you and she takes you back to a place, and they got you on in a little room, and they taping every single thing you do. That lady could holler rape, and at the end they could come out and say, you know what, we got you now. And you know what, I hope that never happens. I hope that never happens, because you know what, there are some scrupulous people out there. It really is legalized gambling, and there was something else going on in the news in the United States of America. You know what? There was a train strike that has been averted. Because you know what happened is there was agreements. All of the unions agreed to end the strike. And you know what? The strike is ended. And some people don't know what the grievance was. The grievance was that the train people that worked on Rock Island and these other train companies, what happened is, I think the only disagreement that they had, and I don't know if they resolved it, but they're not going to have a strike because it could have been catastrophic to the USA economy. It's because they wanted more sick days. And you know what? I was sitting down and reading. It wasn't about the raise. They're going to get a big raise. They are going to get a big raise. The people that work for the railroad in the United States of America, they're going to get a big raise. But the thing is, it was about sick days, because you know what? I think that you ought to be able to give more. You ought to be able to give more than just 7 sick days a year. But U.S. President Joe Biden, he worked it out. Here, man, it was bipartisan. Bipartisan meaning that the Republicans and the Democrats, they worked together to solve the problem about the train strike. They worked together. That's something that they did, and it was just interesting. You know what? I never worked for the railroad, but you know what? I remember John Henry. But the thing is, it worked out. That's all I can really say. Joe Biden, I believe that Joe Biden is doing a good job. Good job. In spite of what the pundits say, I think that he is doing a good job. And kudos to him for getting Miss Brittany Gaynor out of jail. Kudos to him. That's all I can. And Donald Trump, former U.S. President Donald Trump, is back in the news again. He is back in the news. And the thing is, Donald will be Donald, but the thing is, they found more classified documents. They found more classified documents in Donald Trump's home, a mansion in Mar-a-Lago. And you know what kills me is, I don't know what happened to Brother David Koss, but you know what kills me is that I wonder what was going through former President Donald Trump's mind to think that he had the right to take classified information to Mar-a-Lago. What was, I don't get it. Because you know what, that's something that I don't understand. It would just seem rational to me that, you know what, it wouldn't make any sense to take classified information to Mar-a-Lago. It just wouldn't. Not to me. You know, I don't understand it. But there maybe there's somebody out there that does understand. There's somebody out there saying that he has the right to take classified information after he left office. And the thing is, Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, he is an interesting man. I believe that in the debates that I held with the Republicans, I believe that he's going to win the debates because he's a very strong debater, in spite of this. And what he will do is he will turn everything around. He will turn everything around, and he will use it to his advantage. But I think the Democrats, they got a trick for him. I think what the Democrats are going to do is, and it's apparent, if the congressional hearings, what they did was they brought everybody, and they specifically waited to make former President Donald Trump the last one. And I think right before the elections, they start to really, really gear up for the presidential elections. Joe Biden is going to run again for president. I think right before that happens, they're going to bring former Trump to the congressional hearings. But you want to go back to Brittany. Okay, we go back to Brittany. I'm going to come back to Donald Trump. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia brokered a deal with Putin to release Brittany Griner. Yes. Thank you to the Crown Prince. Thank you for the Crown Prince. Brittany Griner did get out of prison. She's at home, probably at home now. And hey, Kevin, thank you. You know what? You had to get a Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Had to give him almost clap. I'll give him kudos too. You know, but you all right? You all right? I'll put that up there so people can see that in the chat room. Thank you. People that have something that they want to put in the chat room, I'm running my mouth, but you know what? Put something in. If you have like a question, I divert from that and go on to your question out of your comment. Thank you. But what happened is, what person that is listening thinks that a president or former president has the right to take classified information after the election is over and they leave the White House? Is that rational to most Americans? I don't know. To some people, it is rational. Some people say that, you know what, I mean, he's the president of the United States. He has the right to do whatever he want to do. I mean, do you think that that's lawful? Think what the Democrats are going to do? Like I said, they're going to wait to when the election really starts to gear up. When it really starts to gear up, then what they're going to do is they're going to say, now it's time to bring former President Trump before the subcommittee and have him answer questions about taking classified information. Was it lawful or was it unlawful? And the insurrection. Well, the White House, where Capitol, it was stormed by people. People have been prosecuted for that. Did he incite that? Did he incite it? Did he? Did he incite the Proud Boys? Did he add fuel to the fire? Or did he try to cool it off? These are questions that must be answered. They must be answered. But I believe that former President Donald Trump, I believe that he's a fighter. He's going to fight his way. He's going to fight his way. But I don't believe that he will win a presidential election. I just don't believe it. But you know what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I was wrong about Herschel Walker. No, I wasn't wrong about Herschel Walker. People that don't know who Herschel Walker is, Herschel Walker was a football player. Okay, got something in the chat room. Okay, I'm gonna put it on up in the chat room. We don't know what's rational or not. This has only became an issue since Trump has formally been in office. Once a person, has had that position in government, they are granted security clearances. Yeah. Now this security clearances, I could agree with that. But you know what, Kevin? The thing is, that's a legitimate point. But does that give you the authority to take classified information from? Does that give you not the right? It's the law binding way is you have the right to take all of this classified information, secrets about the United States and other countries. Do you have the right to take that? Do you? Okay, for life, therefore, certain documents will stay in certain presidents and military personnel and others in the high-ranking government positions to keep. Okay, but you know something? He's going to be brought before that committee, and you know what? The liberals, people that are liberals and moderates, are saying that he was wrong for taking classified documents. But there are the other group of conservatives that say that he has had every right to take these because he declassified these documents. He declassified. So if you just declassify something, you have the right to take the documentation. And this is something, and you know what? I don't believe that they will set a precedence and have former President Donald Trump go to jail. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Whether he was wrong or whether he was right, because they would want. I don't think that the U.S. government would want to set a precedence to do that. I don't think so. I just don't think so. And you know what? Could be wrong, but I think that the Democrats, they're going to do everything they can to ensure that former President Donald Trump does not win the election again. Did he incite that riot that took place in the insurrection? There were a bad group of people protesting and other good people protesting on the other side. And you know what? He said both of them were good. So you know what? That's something for the American people just to decide. Have they had enough for Donald Trump? You know what? And when I look at Donald Trump, do you think that he's right about immigration? Do you think that people should be able to just come into the country, bypass the laws, go to sanctuary cities, be treated as though they were born in the United States of America. Do you think that he's right? Was he wrong? I mean, he said some things about other nationalities that was not good, but was he right? Believe, because these people are fleeing from countries like Guatemala, okay, El Salvador, okay, in Central America, where drug cartels run these countries, and the governments are controlled by cartels and gangsters. Was he right? Is Donald Trump right that you need to follow the law? Or Governor Abbott, Governor Abbott of Texas, is he wrong? Is he right? By shipping people that have come over to the borders to the United States of America to escape tyranny, just shipping them to sanctuary cities. Is he wrong for that? I mean, there's people that there are immigrants that he has shipped to Chicago, which I live in Chicago, the Windy City. Okay, Mayor's Lori Lightfoot. But the thing is, I think we're gonna get a new mayor. I think our new mayor is gonna be a Hispanic mayor, Chief, what's his name? Chuy Garcia. That's his nickname. Chuy Garcia. I think this name, we will probably end up getting another mayor, Hispanic mayor. But it's going to be a political race between Lori Lightfoot and Chico Garcia. But getting back to what I was saying is, we have our own. I believe we have our own first Hispanic mayor in Chicago. Next election, it's going to be close. But getting back to that, Donald Trump. I feel like Donald Trump. There's some people that says that he went to the extreme by keeping immigrants out of this country, coming across the border. Some people says that, hey man, that's the way it's supposed to be. What do you think? What do you think? You know, so that's what I would say about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is it's an enigma. He is an interesting man. I will say that he is an alpha male, and he is used to being in control. He's used to that, and you know what? He has a strong personality, but I don't think that he ended up being the president. I could be wrong, you know. And what do y'all think about Herschel Walker, man? Herschel Walker, I got something in the chat room. Okay, well, look at it this way. You can flee Mexico and illegal immigrants and get free benefits and homes and other things because you broke the law. Yeah, you know what? That's something that I'm gonna leave that up there for 1 second. You know what? That's something, in a sense, I don't believe that that's fair. I don't believe that somebody that crossed the border and they didn't follow the rules should be able to come to a sanctuary city like Chicago or Washington and be entitled to the same things that I get, because I'm saying that because I believe that they enter unlawfully. I believe that there are ways that you can enter the country, because there's a certain amount of tax money. There's a certain amount of tax money for individuals that pay taxes within that state. And that money is supposed to be specifically allocated for individuals that live here, not individuals that came in under the radar. How can you get the same entitlement that I get? And here it is. You came here. I mean, I feel sorry for the people I feel sorry for the people that are being oppressed. I feel sorry for them. Yes, I do feel sorry for them. But the thing is, in my mind, and you know what? But there's another group of people say give it to them. But in my mind, it's like I don't think that it's fair that tax money that's supposed to be allocated for citizens of the United States, I don't think that it should be allocated to somebody. That's a personal opinion, but you know what? There's probably thousands of people that just totally disagree with me. They disagree with me. You know, because because you know what? Because there are two sides to the story. You gotta look at what you gotta look at, and you know what the dreamers. They're dreamers. Let me tell people out here what the dreamers are. There are people who were born in the United States of America, but their parents can't come into the country under the radar. And I don't believe the dreamers, the people that were born, I don't believe that they should have to go back. But I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. I am contradicting myself to a certain degree, but I don't believe that the Dreamer Act, I believe that the dreamers ought to be able to stay here with no retribution whatsoever. Because you know what, they were not responsible for that. The dreamers. And I don't believe that the dreamers should have to, I think they have to reapply to stay in the country or something like that. And who knows, maybe that law change and it'll change in the future. Maybe it's not like that, but I don't believe that the dreamers should have to reapply to stay into the, I don't believe that. Because you know what? That's not their fault. But I believe that you should follow I believe that you should follow a process. You should follow a process, a protocol, not process. You should follow a protocol to come into the United States, because I believe, whereas if I went into Canada and they found out I just didn't belong there, I do not believe that I would be entitled to anything. I wouldn't be. In fact, I believe that I would be deported back to the United States, and I believe that I would be in chains and shackles. If I went to Europe and they found out that I was not supposed to be there, and I was not following the protocol of entering the country, I believe I would be expedited back to the United States, flown back to the United States, and I do believe that I would be in jail. I believe that. So, in a way, I see what Donald Trump is saying. I would say, I'm gonna point out something good he did. First of all, I didn't vote for him, but something good he did. The United States of America was protecting other countries. They were protecting other countries. And the thing is, these countries were not anteing up. They were not paying for the security. In other words, it's like I'm watching your house and you're not giving me a dime to do. There's something about that that's unfair. But he did make countries pay up. But that's no excuse for the other things that, in my opinion, that he has done, and things that he could have conducted himself in a different manner. But the thousands of people that just totally disagree with me. They love him because you know what? I look at the rallies on television, because I look at Fox television sometimes just to see. And the thing is, there are hundreds of thousands of people that love Donald Trump. And I reports friends down south to say that they love Donald Trump. So, you know what? It's going to be what it's going to be. You know? And Joe Biden, I could say something about Joe Biden. They say he's old and he forgets. You know what? Hell, I'm old and I forget. This right here, this pen, I might put this down and forgot where I put it there a couple seconds ago. So you know what? This is natural, but I think that he is fit to be president of the United States of America. But going back to Herschel Walker of Atlanta, I don't believe. I just don't. You know what? What dumbfounds me? Herschel Walker. I don't feel that he was qualified. I don't feel because I looked at him, and he was debating his opponent, and he pulled out his badge. It was talking about the law, and he said, "You know what? I'm an honorary policeman. I can arrest somebody." And you know what? I scratched my head, and you said, I didn't even know where that came from. I don't even know. But you know what? I am amazed. I am amazed of the people in Atlanta that voted for Herschel Walker. But then I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from Chicago, United States of America. I was amazed. I was amazed about it. I really was. And that's what's going on. Elon Musk, boy, Twitter, and he gave him the bottom line. Twitter's been losing money, and you know what? Work hours are gonna change. Protocol is gonna change. I always wondered about Elon Musk. He's a smart man. I wonder if he's trying to run. I wonder if he's trying to run it to the ground and then file for bankruptcy on it. I don't know. I don't know what Elon Musk is doing. You know what? He did a good job with Tesla, though. He did a good job, and he did a good job with Tesla. So that's all I can really say. But this is what these things are going on in the United States. These things are going on in the United States of America, and I don't know what happened to Kevin Koss tonight. I don't know what happened, but you know what? But these type of things, and you know what? People that are listening, if you have any type of suggestions or any type of comments or anything like that, hey, send them to me. And you know what? And I have some affiliate links that I'm going to put in there. And you know what? I want to thank all the people that sent donations to help me on this platform. But use vidIQ. You know what? If you're trying to get more and more subscribers on YouTube, anything like that, vidIQ is a great tool to use to get more subscribers on YouTube. Okay, it is, but no guarantees. You have to put in the hard work. It helps you to get keywords, pay enough. It gives you suggestions and ideas. So, and then vidIQ, I'm gonna try Tool Buddy, but I will have affiliate links. Whereas if you do happen to join vidIQ, you know what? This will help my platform, and I'm going to have some live streaming platforms like Realstream, Melon Apps, and Melon. Okay, I did a test on it. And actually, I'm going to put that video together to tell you which one I prefer. I'm going to tell you. Okay, but who knows? One thing is not good for everybody. But what I'm going to do is later I'm going to post those affiliate links there, and those affiliate links help this platform to grow. It helps it to grow by giving us a commission. Okay? Yeah, paying me to say that, but it will help. It will be paying me. Actually, if you subscribe or get a plan with those, and please, and I'm gonna put my PayPal link in there, and you know what, give us a donation. But I'm gonna tell everybody out there, if you can't give me a donation, hey, include me in your prayers, because I'm striving to make better and better television shows. And I want to thank my instructors at Kennedy King college in the media school, because you know what? Hell, y'all piling the homework on me, but it is making me better. Not perfect, not perfect. It's making me better. You know, I thank them for giving me information on how to get my background better. And one day I'm gonna get a little stand. See this microphone, the way it'll be over my head. And you know what? Y'all won't see it. See, this is a work in progress. But like I said, I've juggled like about 1,000 plates, and I broke them. Now I'm in front. But the thing is, y'all just don't know how many plates that I have broken. I made a lot of mistakes. But you know something Deion Sanders said? Deion Sanders was the coach of Jackson State University. And now he is the coach of Colorado State University. I think it's the Buffalo Sabres is the name of the team. He said, you have to work. You have to work. You have to work. You have to work at what you say you love and what you care about to get better at your craft. I'm going to put in the work. Now, I tell you, I ain't the fastest. I ain't the fastest at all. But you know what? I'm going to put in the work. And you know what? And I'm going to thank all the people on YouTube that just did all these great tutorials on green screens. Thank you. Thank you. All of these tutorials, you know what? You could just learn so much on YouTube. It's just phenomenal. And go to school. Get more education. Keep on. You know what? You can lay up all day and look at television and I not go to the library, but I guarantee you ain't gonna know no more this year than what you knew last year. Okay? Mother used to tell me that. Okay? So go to school, get more education. Go to correspondence school. Go to trade school. Go do something. But you know what? The main thing is to follow your passion. Don't listen to the naysayers that say that you can't do nothing. You ain't nothing. You ain't fast enough. Hey, man, you ain't clever. You know what? That's their reality. Don't let it be your reality. Okay. I saw something the other day. You know what? You're working to build somebody else's platform. I can build your platform. I'm working to build my platform, and I'm not in a race with anybody. If you do better than me, so be it. Do better than me, so what? Because you know what? I know that I will get with a lot of what God is ordained for me to have. But I got to work. I got to work. I got to work to make my craft better. To my creator is just finished with me. I ain't mad at you if you got more than me, because you know what? You got what was allocated for you. And I know where it comes from. And I got what's allocated for me. You know what? Nobody can withhold those blessings. Nobody. So I want to thank the people for listening. If it's one, thank you. Thank you. Because you know what? You could have been doing something else with your time. Okay? And you know what? If you like this, share it. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you see where I could have done something better, let me know. You know what? I can deal with that. It's a big boy. Knows what he said. I can deal with it. And you know, I always say thank you to the naysayers out there that just said I couldn't do it. Thank you. Because you know what? You helped to make me better than what I ever was. And you're looking at the Underground Railroad. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30. And you may consider, hey, look at a video on the YouTube page. Subscribe. And who knows, you may not want to subscribe. You know, if you don't want to subscribe, it's okay too. Because you know what? I just believe that I just really, whatever Allah God has for me, I'll get it or whatever the creator doesn't want me to have. I can't obtain it anyway. I can't. I don't have the power. I know who has the real power. But like I say, thanks again to my instructors at Kennedy King College in Chicago, located at 63rd and Halsted. It's my major media. And I hope to make better and better media. And I have a company called Shaymar Media Productions. And we're located in Chicago. And we shoot events, press conferences. And I can come do what I'm doing right now. I can come do for you in your business. Okay. And show you how to do it. That's what you want. I ain't worried about you learning my craft. I go back to what I said. I'm going to get what the creator wants me to have. Whatever the creator don't want me to have, I can't obtain it anyway. So I'm here. So to the people in the United States, Europe, Asia, Africa, UK, Antarctica, North Pole and South Pole, Europe, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. And if it's just one watching, you know what? I want to thank you for taking time out of your day, your afternoon, or your evening to watch the broadcast. Okay, the things that came out of me that were good came from Allah, came from God. The bad things out of me came from myself. So I'm going to greet you in the words of Assalamu alaikum. And you know what? Y'all have a good morning, afternoon, a day. Thank you.